Wyatt Cole stood on the polished concrete floor of what looked more like a tech company's think tank than a military installation. He wore dark, tactical fatigues, not standard issue, but modified with a civilian touch. Beside him stood General Marcus Harlan, arms crossed behind his back as he observed the sleek screens and satellite maps plastered along the far wall. "This doesn't look like a standard war room," Wyatt said, eyeing the rows of terminals. "It's not," Harlan replied. "This is the command node for Shepard Protocol, a Zero Dark 30 project created by necessity, not politics." Wyatt raised an eyebrow. "Necessity, huh?" Harlan motioned toward a large monitor on the wall. It flickered, then displayed a satellite image of a walled compound somewhere in northern Africa. Red dots marked guards, blue represented civilians. "Last month we intercepted chatter about a rogue contractor group, ex-military, fully equipped, fully funded. They've kidnapped 2 American intelligence officers near the Mali-Algeria border. We're not talking ransoms. This is about leverage." Wyatt studied the screen. "They want a trade. Worse, they want attention." He walked over to a digital table and tapped through encrypted files. "These mercs are former Tier 1 operators, guys who got disillusioned after drawdowns and formed their own black network. We call them Javelin Shadow." "Nice name," Wyatt muttered. "They don't answer to anyone, no nation, no code, no rules, they're ghosts." Wyatt narrowed his eyes. "Why me?" Harlan faced him squarely. "Because you've walked the knife's edge. You know how to navigate hell without becoming part of it. And because, frankly, after what happened in Sweetwater, you deserve better than cuffs." Wyatt said nothing. The bruises on his wrists had faded, but not the memory. "We've assembled a small team," Harlan continued. 4 others, hand-picked, each with a specialty. Wyatt's gaze remained fixed on the compound's image. "When do we leave?" "Shepard Protocol Team Briefing. EO 900 hours." The mission room resembled a miniature theater. 5 chairs formed, a semicircle in front of a holographic table. The team was already there by the time Wyatt walked in. Call sign, Trace. A wiry, tattooed former CIA field asset who looked like he hadn't slept since 2019. Surveillance, infiltration, language specialist. Ran ops in South America before going black. Call sign, Ghost. A former Delta Force comms expert, face obscured by a baseball cap, quiet, stoic. His file was mostly redacted. Even Harlan admitted he didn't know Ghost's real name. Call sign, Fang. A wiry woman with a ranger's edge and a sniper's cold precision. Her green eyes didn't blink much. She'd run Overwatch in Syria and supposedly held a world record confirmed kill. Wyatt recognized the look in her eyes. Someone who'd lost more than she'd ever admit. Call sign Axel, former EOD, big, quiet, fingers calloused from diffusing things that weren't meant to be diffused. He offered Wyatt a curt nod and a firm handshake. And now, Razor, Wyatt Cole, recon sniper, operational command. General Harlan entered last. "You've all read the file. 2 agency assets captured. Estimated 36-hour window before they're transferred into Javelin Shadow custody. And then, well, good luck finding them after that." The lights dimmed. Satellite images zoomed into a compound near the edge of the desert, surrounded by mountains. Secondary objective, ID and neutralize leadership. This operation does not exist. No air support. No extraction unless authorized. He looked at Wyatt. Cole runs point. No one objected. Insertion point. 0300 hours. Algerian border. The wind howled like a freight train through the sand-carved cliffs. The 5-man team parachuted from a blacked-out C-130, descending silently like shadows into the jagged terrain. Landing zone 2 clicks east of the compound. No footprints, no signature. They moved quickly, navigating between rocks and brush like water through cracks in pavement. The mission was simple, in theory: breach, extract, and exfil without being seen. But operations rarely went according to plan. Wyatt led from the front, his suppressed HK-416 in hand. Fang covered rear with a precision rifle. Ghost handled drone overwatch. Axel carried demolition packs. Trace ran point on comms jamming and intel. They reached the observation post by Zo 430. Wyatt slid prone beside a jagged rock and peered through his monocular. 3 sentries, Thermal scopes, rotating every 90 seconds. Blind spot? Fang whispered. North Ridge, 5-second window. Copy. They waited. Infiltration, Wyatt had learned, was a ballet of breath and timing. He tapped his mic. On my go. 3, 2, 1. Move. Inside the compound, 0450 hours, they breached through the kitchen door, an unguarded access point that opened into the servants' quarters. Wyatt swept left, Fang right. Ghost disabled cameras and Trace flooded the local frequency with white noise. They moved like smoke through the halls, silent and swift. Wyatt spotted the prisoners in the lower barracks, hooded, zip-tied and gagged. He held up a hand, paused. 2 guards stood nearby, talking. Fang whispered. I got left. Wyatt nodded. On my mark. Thip, thip. 2 suppressed rounds dropped the guards before they could draw breath. They moved fast, cutting ties, checking pulses. Asset 1, Langston, minor head trauma. Asset 2, Hale. Limping but conscious, Trace confirmed. Get them on their feet, Wyatt ordered. Axel, exit breach ready? 10 seconds. Then everything went sideways. An alarm blared. They were made. Drone picked up heat sigs. East Tower, Ghost called. They saw the guards go down. We've got 20 hostiles inbound. Adjust. Exfil plan, Wyatt barked. North wall demolition breach, go loud. They moved, gunfire now echoing through the compound. The op had become kinetic. Fang dropped 3 in rapid succession. Wyatt gunned down 2 flanking from the right. Trace, smoke cover. Grenade popped. Thick clouds swallowing the chaos. Axel hit the wall with C4. Clear. Boom. The north wall exploded, giving them a path to the ridge. They ran. Bullets snapped. Through the air. One grazed Trace's shoulder. He didn't flinch. Wyatt carried Langston. Ghost helped Hale. Fang covered rear with surgical fury. They reached the exfil ridge and called for pickup. Extraction. 0600 hours, a low-flying black. Hawk thundered in beneath the ridge. They loaded in. Wyatt jumped last, bullets pinging the metal skin of the helo as it rose into the blood-red sky. He didn't speak until the desert was far beneath them. Mission complete. But something gnawed at him. Javelin Shadow had moved with too much precision. As if they knew someone was coming. Back at Fort Braddock, debrief we were compromised, Wyatt told Harlan bluntly. The general's face was a mask of steel. Intel leak? Feels internal, Harlan nodded grimly. We'll find it. Wyatt looked at the team, Trace getting stitched up, Fang cleaning her rifle, Ghost already working recon again, Axel asleep in a chair. These people, they're good, Wyatt. Admitted. They're the best, Harlan replied. And you? You just earned their respect, Wyatt stood. What happens now? Harlan smiled faintly. Now? Now we take the fight to Javelin Shadow. We're not just putting out fires anymore. Cole, we're burning down the forest.